going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Hangout Spot where you already know it's Real Talk Sports Talk, live from my man cave. It's your boy Johnny, and let's talk boxing because boxing right now is on absolute fire. I mean, besides this weekend, tomorrow night we got Oscar Valdez, Liam Wilson out in Glendale. This weekend we got the first ever Amazon Prime pay-per-view event. It's going down, main event. Tim Tszyu against Sebastian Fundora. But besides this weekend, man, we got big fights lined up almost every weekend, all the way up to the summertime when it kind of culminates with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. And trust me when I tell you, even if you're a true boxing head, you're going to tune in and watch that fight. Stop fronting. Anyhow, as many big names as we got, many contenders that are fighting titles in the next couple months, there's a lot of big names that are just MIA right now. I mean, missing in action. Like, where are you? I mean, we don't live in a day and age where back in the days you had the top fighters that were fighting 3-4 times a year. Now you got guys that are fighting once a year if you're lucky, a year and a half. So, I want to bring in a special guest to kind of walk us through some of these guys that are MIA right now. And nobody does it better than this guy. I mean, I've been following this dude for a minute right now. He is the founder of Four Corners Boxing Media Channel on Instagram, on YouTube, and he got a segment that he does on Instagram that are absolutely hilarious where he calls out fighters who are currently on a milk carton. And I absolutely get a kick out of it. So again, without further ado, I want to bring in my boy, from Four Corners Boxing, my man Fight Night X. What's going on, my brother? Welcome to the Hangout Spot.
Appreciate you, Johnny. Thank you. Thank you, everybody at the Hangout Spot. Appreciate y'all. Y'all know what it is and who it is. It's your boy Fight Night X, Four Corners Boxing, and we live and direct at the Hangout Spot. You heard? I like the man cave, bro. I see boxing in the background. I see that. Oh, you got it going, bro.
Listen, man, that's how we do, man. Like I always say, like, the world is always a better place when there's boxing in it. You know what I mean? Give it to me every day. Give it to me every weekend, man. I can't get enough of it, man. And like I said, in the intro, lots of big fights coming up. This weekend's going to be absolute fire. We got fights lined up almost every weekend, title fights, big name contenders. You got Tyson and Jake Paul, that's going down. That's going to make a lot of money.
They can criticize all they want. We watching.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, even the true boxing purists, man, everybody's going to tune in. It's intriguing. And it's going to make a lot of money. I give Jake Paul, a lot of credit for his business acumen. I mean, he's doing it up, especially now on Netflix. I mean, we living in a world where we got fights on streaming platforms. No HBO, no Showtime. Ain't that crazy?
Yo, Netflix being a new player in the game, that's probably the best part about it all, honestly.
Right.
Oh,
yeah. I think it's going to be a game changer for real. But anyhow, listen. So I was telling my viewers about your segment, man. When you call out these fighters on a milk carton. And it's true. I mean, where are these guys? I mean, why are we making all this noise on Twitter, making all this noise on social media, but every other week, nobody's fighting, nobody's signing any contracts. So I think from what I heard, I think you got a treat for me and my viewers today.
Listen, we can't get enough of boxing, but we also get pissed off with boxing. We got some fighters that is like, damn, this guy, every time he's on is must-watch TV, but he's only on once a year, He's sitting up on the shelf, he or she, you know what I'm saying? Because we gotta show love to our female fighters as well.
Absolutely.
But, we criticize, we judge it. I make my videos, people love them, but we don't know the actual insides of the politics, right? Like, we're not the ones discussing the contracts and setting up the fights. But we want to see these guys in the ring and these ladies in the ring, man. So it's like, yo, I'm calling them out. And hopefully they get wind of it and they say, you know what? This dude put me on a milk carton. I'm back in action 3 times this year. Let's see if I ever get back on a milk carton then, man.
Listen, if it works, I'm all for it, man. So what you got? I heard you got your top 5 right now, fighters on a milk carton, missing in action.
Top five fighters missing in action, male and female. Let's see. Let's start up at number five. Number five. Sweet Hands Plant. We got Caleb Sweet Hands Plant at number five. Caleb Sweet Hands Plant. He's
Okay.
a tough goon, man. Say what they want to say. Oh, he don't hit hard enough. Oh, he got knocked out by Canelo. He lost to Benavidez. But guess what? He's been in the ring with Canelo and Benavidez. How many can say they share the ring with Canelo and Benavidez, right? And it took Canelo a few rounds to get in there. You know what I'm saying? To break him down and finally get him out. And he stood 12 rounds with the Mexican Monster. You know, former IBF champ. He's not scared. That's one thing. Caleb Plant he ain't scared to fight anybody. But we know that he slapped the shit out of Charlo recently too, right? That's the fight that we want to see Caleb playing in. And listen, put him in with whoever, really, right? Balanga, the super middleweight division is stacked. Christian and Billy, Diego Pacheco coming up. Like, you got a lot of action there at 168. Caleb Plant being a former champion. Can't wait to see him back in the ring. But the last time we saw him in the ring was against David Benavidez. That was what, March of last year?
Right. Yep. That was right before Ryan Garcia and Tank.
Yeah, that's what popped off Showtime for them last year. Benavidez and Plant in Vegas. Good fight. He held his own. He started off hot. I had him up early. I had him making Benavidez. Benavidez was looking silly for a minute. He was swinging at the air. He was hitting the ropes. He was missing. And then he finally started coming on strong, and he started beating the crap out of Plant, man. But Plant is a tough dude, man. He took that. He brings it right back. And can't wait to see him back in the ring. When we going to see him back in the ring? I don't know. Till then, you on a milk carton, Plant. Where are you, Sweet Hands Plant? I know you got some good paydays. You know what I'm saying? You're enjoying that money. But shit, let's get back in the ring. Let's get back in the ring.
I hear that. Listen, man, you brought up a good point. Sometimes fighters really make a name for themselves in losses. You know, it isn't just wins. I mean, we know Caleb Plant could crack. You know, he can box, like you said. I mean, I think, you know, a lot of people criticize his power, but we saw what he did. One punch knockout when he knocked out Anthony Durrell.
Just ask Durrell.
Yeah, that was knockout of the year. If it wasn't, I think it was a top contender for it.
Yeah.
But I was really, really impressed with how he looked against Benavidez in a loss, man. Because like you said, he was doing his thing the first half of that fight. And Benavidez, I mean, he hits like a Mack truck in 168, relentless. And there was no freaking Caleb Plant, man. Actually, I thought he was going to go in round 10, but man, the dude just kept coming forward and he kept fighting. So I give him a lot of credit. And also, he went to, he looked good against Canelo. He did his thing against Canelo. I mean, he got stopped, but he held his own for a little while there against at the time.
He was up early in that fight too.
Absolutely, man. So no, I agree. We need you back, Caleb.
And shout out to Kenny Bayless, man. He put a lot of help in there with Caleb Plant and Benavidez, man.
The holding, right? I mean, that was absolutely insane.
But Plant is my dude, man. Can't wait to see him back.
I agree. Who you got at number 4?
Number 4, we're going to go with 140-pound, undefeated, every win is by knockout, Gary Antuanne Russell Jr.
Okay.
I think he's 17-0 with 17 knockouts.
Correct.
Dude, relentless. Come forward. He got a good ring IQ as well. But if you can't hold them off, it's gonna run right through you. 2-3 rounds. You don't get paid for overtime in boxing, right? So he'll pack you up 1, 2, 3. Exciting, must watch. Put him on the undercard on one of these pay-per-views that PBC got coming up on Prime. Put him on the Canelo Munguia undercard. Put him on Gervonta Davis's undercard. Put him. I don't care. We need to see Gary Antuanne Russell back in the ring. This guy is must-see TV. Last time we saw him in the ring was August of last year. And before that, I can't remember. Like, the kid is young. These kids is in their 20s. And it's just going to a waste, sitting up on the shelf, fighting once a year. This guy is a top 10 fighter in the division. And this is shit, arguably between 140 and 168. Those are the two most stacked fire divisions in the sport of boxing right now. Where you got the champions, Teofimo, Haney, Rowley, who's got the IBF at 140? Gabriel Matias.
Yes. Yep.
You know, you got Liam Prado, you got Arnold Barbosa, Jose Ramirez, you got Gary Antuanne in the division. Like it's no reason why we're not getting these fights, or we're not getting him back in the ring. You know what I'm saying? At least keep him in action, and you can get him a title shot.
I agree.
Gary
Right now,
Antuanne Russell, we got you on the milk carton down there in D.C. You heard? Where's he from? Maryland. He's from Maryland. Yeah, you out there on the milk carton, man, and you reached all the way up here to New York and down in Florida. Johnny got you on the milk carton down there too, man. Where you at?
for real. Right now, his most notable wins are Rancis Bartolome and Victor Postol. But there was the fight that I thought would have had a good chance of happening when he was at 135 was against Tank Davis. I think that fight would have been a really good one. But again, where are they now, right?
And PB, before Subriel just went over the Matchroom, he was on PBC. Like, how do you not make that matchup over there? Both of these guys, all their wins are by knockout. I don't know if there's ever been that type of a matchup in boxing where two fighters, all their victories are by knockout, go head to head. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point, and that would be absolute fireworks, dude. So who do you got at number 3?
The number 3 spot, we're going to show some love to our ladies, man. We're going to show some love to the ladies in boxing because, shit, they put on. And this one right here, she goes by the Bomb. You know who I'm talking about, man. Alycia, the Bomb, undisputed champion Baumgardner. Where are you, baby girl? Baby girl, we love you, especially at the weigh-ins. I love to see her flexing. You hear me? That's my girl. We know that she got caught up in some drama this past year. So a positive test popped up.
Right.
She's been battling that all year, so we know more or less why we haven't seen her in the ring. But shit, last July, she had a homecoming fight down there in Detroit, defended her undisputed crowns, and we haven't seen you yet. We haven't seen you yet back in the ring. I don't know, again, the politics on what's going on with the situation. She was with Matchroom Boxing. We don't know that Eddie and Matchroom are going to still be promoting her. Seen her recently in the gyms with Devin Haney and Bill Haney.
Right.
She's always in some drama, though. You know what I'm saying? Like Clarissa Shields and her going at it back and forth. Michaela Mayer and her don't stop going at it back and forth. Adrian Broner and her now going back and forth.
Insane. It's insane.
So a lot of social media beef and a lot of attention and a lot of attraction on social media, but we need to see you back in the ring, baby girl, because that's where it goes down. You have an undisputed crown to defend, and hopefully we see her back in the ring before she makes a year out of the ring, comes in July. And shit, we in April already. Let's get this pepper, put some pepper in your step, Alycia Baumgardner. You're on a milk carton in Detroit, in Ohio, in New York, and Johnny got the milk carton down there in Florida as well. We need you back in the ring. You are an exciting fighter. As much as you're exciting on social media, you're exciting in the ring. Let's get you back in there. The fight that I really was hoping for last year before all of this blew up was her and Amanda Serrano. Her and Amanda Serrano at 130 would have been amazing.
Yeah, I was just going to pick that up. I think you're right.
And at Madison Square Garden, easy money. Down in Florida, in Caribe Royale, easy money.
Yep, I agree. So we are down to the last 2. Who you got at number 2?
Number 2 could be number 1 because he's one of my all-time favorites, but I'm going to put him at number 2 at the moment because he's on his way out, and we don't know, is he officially gone from the sport, or will we get one more shot to see one of my all-time favorite and my current active favorite fighter today, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. Listen, we not holding back on nobody. He's my favorite active fighter today, and I'm calling him out. I went down to the store to get maybe Capri some milk, and I bumped into Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez on the milk carton. You heard? Choco, where you at, man? You on the chocolate milk carton too. You heard?
Well
With
played. Well
Nestle
played.
Quick. You heard?
Well played. Well played. Man,
Chocolatito's a legend.
listen, I remember when he was living on the top of the pound for pound list for a minute. I think right after Floyd slided out, like we mentioned offline, and he just took over for a while there. But I mean, to his credit, he got a lot of miles on the tires. So he may be choosing to make a pit stop for a minute, recharge the battery, and then hopefully we'll see him again in another big fight. I mean, there's a lot going on in the flyweight divisions right now, but there's a lot of young lions too. So maybe he's trying to kind of feel it out and say, do I really want to get in there with these young guys? I mean, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So, but that's a good one. That's a good one because, like you, I enjoy watching him fight. I think he's a legendary fighter.
He's must-see TV. You will not be disappointed whatsoever. And you got people that say they boxing fans, and if you a real hardcore boxing fan like we are, you watch all the divisions. You watch the ladies fight. You know what I'm saying? Chocolatito, he took the smaller weights to where they are today. You know, back in the HBO run that he had, 4 division champion, first ballot Hall of Fame of the day that the time comes. Chocolatito brings it, man, and from Nicaragua down to Japan to the United States, like this guy's been dominating around the globe. You can't take nothing away from him. He got some miles on him, like you said, but when he's in the ring, it's on, man. So Choco, let's get back in there. Gallo Estrada was the last time we seen them in the ring. That was December of 2022. That was
That was
December 2022.
that was a close fight.
All their fights were, I mean, the second one, I felt Choco won. And this last one, he could have won. He started probably a little too late, but he cranked it up once he did. And close fight could call, right? It goes either way. Gallo Estrada, he's coming back to take on Bam Rodriguez, the young lion. Like you said, there's some young lions out there that's ready to take over. So that's going to be a legendary fight, right? That classic in the
I can't.
making. Hopefully, Choco gets the winner. Hopefully, Choco gets the winner, huh?
We'll see. We'll see. I can't wait. That's June 29th, I believe. Again, right now, week to week, we got big fights. But anyhow, drum roll, please.
The
Who do
number
we have
one
at number one?
fighter on the milk carton is Jaron Boots Ennis. Must
Boom.
see TV. A
Okay.
young, hungry, dominating fighter. We want to see, like when you first get a first sight at a fighter, and you be like, oh no, this guy's it. He's gonna be a problem. He can be a great. Gerard Boots Ennis has it all. He has it all except good management. Except good promotion. You know?
Right.
He's a young guy. Just started getting that slot time on Showtime right before, rest in peace, Showtime, right before they went off the air. Boots was getting slot time over there. He was on the undercard of Tank Davis's pay-per-view last year with when he won Tank for Hector Garcia.
Right.
And then he got himself a main event in Atlantic City. We took a trip for corners in the game. We took a trip down there. Again, he fought Roman Villa.
Yeah.
And man, he beat that and was doing slow motion robots on him and boom, popping him. Like, it was a beautiful display of his athleticism, his skill, ring IQ, and the power, because Boots has about 30 something fights, and he's got about like 28 by knockout as well, right? So
31-0.
31-0 and 28 knockouts.
Correct.
Guys don't make it the distance with him. We had that dude the dude on the tank card. He ran around the ring, and it was a little stinker, but also opens up the, how do you say, styles make fights, right? So Boots was like, oh, okay, first time he sees something like this that he gets himself into, you got to be prepared for all those types of things. It wasn't his fault,
Right.
but that he's the IBF welterweight champion now. He doesn't like the way that he got the belt. He wants to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. I would love for him and Terrence Bud Crawford. If I can make fights, if it was up to us, Johnny, give me Terrence and give me Boots, Bud and Boots.
All day, every day. Absolutely.
But then he's the new era at 147, right? It's been kind of cleared out. You got a new era coming in. Boots is a big boy. I can see him at 54 easily as well. So down in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, I hit up Gilly. I hit up Wallow. Yo, call your man Boots up and get him back in the ring. Last seen July of 2023. It's about to be a year. Boots. Rumor is that we'll supposedly be going to be seeing him on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez. I hope so. And I hope that we see him 2 more times after that.
I hear that, man. Listen, yeah, you were right, man. Skill wise, he is must see TV. He's box office. I mean, he could do it all. Obviously, the fight we want to see is Terrence Crawford. I don't think Crawford goes that route. I think he wants a bigger fight. He wants to move up in weight. He's trying to chase Canelo. So I think that he looks at the Boots fight as a win situation for him. But for us pure boxing purists, I mean, we want to see that. I don't know if it's going to be the biggest selling fight if they happen to make it. I know you guys touched on that on your podcast yesterday.
Doesn't sell, but it pleases us hardcore. It pleases boxing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, and you're right. I mean, in this day and age in boxing, if you got issues with your promotion company and your management company, then you got issues in the world of boxing. It's just a different era, that we live in today. But listen, man, this list was absolute fire.
That's just 5 of them. I think
there's plenty more, but guess what? It makes for more videos down the road. We may have to do this on the regular. We may have to do this.
We're gonna bring back 5 more soon enough. Yeah.
I hear that, brother. I hear that. But anyhow, listen, this was absolutely awesome. This weekend, though, let's touch on that real quick, man. All night, we got Oscar Valdez. It's going down in Glendale, Arizona. Oscar Valdez up against Liam Wilson. Who you got?
Fight. Good fight. Both of these guys lost to Navarrete last year. Wilson, in a sense, probably put up a better fight because he dropped Navarrete, right? Oscar Valdez was dominated by Navarrete in a clear unanimous decision, but Wilson got knocked out also, right? So it's a give and take. Oscar Valdez, fan friendly, must watch. You're always gonna get your money's worth. He brings it. He tries to sometimes come in with that boxing game plan, and next thing you know, the fight breaks out.
Right out the window.
Wilson is a young, hungry lion. Wilson picked up 2 wins since his defeat. Valdez hasn't been in the ring since he lost. I'm going with Valdez. I always like Valdez. I've always liked Valdez since he came in the game, straight out the Olympics. He's stuck around with Top Rank. He hasn't gone anywhere. 2 division champion, looking to become 2-time champion at 130. Wilson is tough. He's young. He's game. But I'm going with Valdez. This is home. This is hometown as well. He's used to fighting at home. He's one of the reasons why Arizona has become such a hot spot for boxing. Valdez, I'll say Valdez by decision. I'm not too sure Valdez could stop Wilson. Navarrete did, but Navarrete is different. He's a big boy, man. He's a different animal, and he's relentless.
Absolutely. I agree. I got Valdez too to win this fight, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think this boy Liam Wilson is going to come to fight, but I think Oscar will pull it out. What about in the co-main event? You got an undisputed women's title fight, 105 pounds, super bad, Sinisa Estrada against Yokasta Valley. That fight was still the show.
There you go. The ladies don't hold back.
Representing. Right now, the
They
ladies are on fire.
they give it up, man. You know that your money, you get your money's worth with the ladies all the time as well. They throw
Absolutely.
punches in bunches. They
Mm-hmm.
throw punches in bunches. They're not afraid to unify. Shit, let alone undisputed. They got more undisputed fights than the male fighters. You know, probably last year alone, there was more male female undisputed fights than all of the male undisputed fights put together.
Excellent point. Excellent point. And there's some hostility there. So I think they're gonna go in there and try to bang it out.
They've been going through it for a minute now, right? They've been bickering and beefing for quite some time now. Sinisa used to be at Golden Boy. She got out that contract. She went over the top rank, but during that time that she was beefing with Golden Boy trying to get out that contract, she was on the shelf. And Yoka has been busy putting in work. She got about 6 fights in the last 2 years, where Estrada only has 2. Estrada's running at the mouth a lot, a lot. She's the one doing the more talking. So
Yeah,
shit, I think the pressure's on her to back it up some more.
I I,
No,
I agree.
I'm gonna. I like them both. I love them both. But watching Estrada's last 2 fights, she won, but she got tagged a lot. She got touched up a lot. She's got a good chin. She comes forward.
Good
I'm
point.
taking I'm taking Yoka Valle to become undisputed tomorrow night. I'm taking Yoka Valle to become undisputed tomorrow night, and it's going to the cards. It'll be a decision.
Wow. So I know we touched on this a little bit offline, and originally I was going for Estrada, but I've been thinking about it, and you're right. I mean, I think the inactivity and the way she's chopping it up in the press conferences, I have a
Doing too
funny
much,
yeah, I have a funny feeling she's gonna get tagged in this fight.
and she's
And
coming off of a broken hand too.
yeah,
She's coming off
yes,
of surgery.
yeah. So I'm gonna switch gears and I'm gonna take Valley in this fight.
Team Valle on this one.
I'm gonna take Valley in this fight. So either way, I think it's gonna be an excellent card tomorrow night. But Saturday night, Amazon Prime, first ever pay-per-view.
Ooh.
You got Sebastian Fundora against Tim Zhu. I think you might agree, this fight has the tendency to be an even better, more exciting fight than the Keith Thurman Tim Zhu fight based on styles. And
Yes,
then you got the
yes.
co-main event that I think could potentially steal the show between Rolly and Pitt. I mean, these two are going to bang it out. Like if they're banging out in the corner, I think. So first off, let's go. Let's start with the co-main event. What do you see happening there?
Oh man, bro.
What do
I
you
wish we
start,
could. I wish we could get another week of Rolly just entertaining us, man. Rolly is an
well, that he can
entertainer.
do. That he can
Rolly's
do.
the entertainer. But I also been watching Rolly. You know, Rolly's people like, oh, he's a clown. He don't take boxing serious. He's a paper champion. Whatever, whatever, whatever. I've been watching Rolly train and Rolly's focus. Rolly's focus. He's gonna talk his shit. That's Rolly. You know what I'm saying? But I seen him focus. He is the original 140-pounder. Isaac Cruz is moving up, and he has something to prove. Rolly has something to prove. Rolly has something to prove, and I think he's going to prove it. And what better opponent to get it out on than Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who's fan friendly as well. A lot of people think he did more than what it was, than what it looked to be, to me at least, against Tank Davis. The best thing he did do was that he blocked the uppercut. He never overcommitted, and he made it to the cards. But he didn't win that fight. He didn't come close to winning that fight. A lot of fans think that he did.
I agree.
Rolly Romero and Isaac Cruz are they might trade knockdowns. You know, there might be some knockdowns traded in there too. But Rolly Romero will be victorious and remain 140-pound champion and keep himself in contention because he knows that there is money fights for him at 140. Man, him and Ryan is still a good fight as well to make a money fight that sells well.
I agree. I agree. And both these guys, they're not going to be hard to find. You know, they're going to get into the ring and bang it out. Rolly's the bigger guy. Rolly can punch.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
there's the whole clown show side of him. But Pitbull moving up in weight against a Rolly who probably fight time will be a full-fledged super welterweight, maybe.
Yeah. The way that these guys are blowing up nowadays, yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know. I think Rolly. I'll take Rolly in this one. I'll take Rolly in this one.
When the fight was first announced, I was like, Pitbull's gonna kick his ass. Pitbull
Same here.
got him. But
Same here.
then I'm like, nah. I think Rolly, as long as Rolly holds his ground and pushes off Pitbull, like he's gonna have to be more of the aggressor. Aside from pump, like they both can punch. You know, we know that they both can punch. But Rolly's gonna have to use his size and his strength and show Pitbull like, nah, dog, you in my division now.
Hey, that's what's up. Well said. Well said. And now, last but not least, the main event. You got the Towering Inferno, 6'6", tall, rangy, lanky, but doesn't fight like a tall fighter.
Mexican style.
He likes to bang it out in the pocket. My thing with Sebastian, and that's why I entitled this fight as it's going to be a fun fight for as long as it lasts. Tim Tszyu likes to fight like a Mexican as well. He likes to mix it up. So I think, again, this will be a much more entertaining fight than Thurman and Tim Tszyu. I don't trust Spandora's chin because when he does mix it up, he has a tendency to keep it high. And we saw what happened against Brian Mendoza. And I think that Tim Tszyu will eventually land the same type of shot if he fights the same way he fought against Mendoza. And I think at this point in time, I don't think there's any other. I mean, he's going to fight. That is the way he fights. So I'm taking Tim Tszyu by stoppage. I think you might disagree with that.
No, I'm rocking with you. I'm rocking with you. And I'm rocking with you on the fact that this is a better fight than I wasn't buying the Thurman. I wasn't buying into it when it was announced. I'm like, this guy's coming. This guy's fought in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like Thurman hasn't fought in a while. You getting a shot against Tim Tszyu. Like I like to call him Thunder Tszyu. Thurman called him Mexican Tszyu. I'm gonna call him Thunder Tszyu.
Okay.
Yo, he is hard, and he's a flat-footed fighter. You know, when those flat-footed guys, they bang, when they hit you with it all. You know what I'm saying? The power is really coming from them legs. Sebastian is an official 154 pounder. This is why this makes for a much better fight, and he's killer be killed. He's killer be killed. The Towering Inferno brings it. He can punch as well. He can throw bunches of punches. He can take as much as he can give, but how much is enough? You know, Erickson Lubin also put him down twice in that fight when he just couldn't finish him. He put Lubinson down and swole his face up as well. So, you know, Brian Mendoza, he was winning that fight until he got caught out there as well. So that's why I'm like, Fundora is exciting. He was being groomed into being the next contender for Charlo at 154, right? It was like him and Tszyu were the two number 1 and 2 challengers.
Correct.
So I know some people are mad. Oh, how did this guy get this fight after being knocked out? He brings that action. He brings that fun, and it's killer be killed. Thunder Tszyu by late knockout, but don't sleep, nobody, please. Everybody, do not sleep on the Towering Inferno, especially that he's a late replacement. You know, Tszyu was training for Thurman. Now you got a 6'6" dude in front of you.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Well, listen, at the end of the day, win or lose, the fight fans are the real winners this weekend, man.
Cha-ching.
Absolutely going down. My man, I had an absolute blast chopping it up with you here, but let me open it up to you for my viewers who want to check you out at Four Corners Boxing. Where can they find you?
Check us out on YouTube at Four Corners Boxing. Four Corners Boxing on YouTube. We got a segment, 15 rounds of boxing every Wednesday night. We go live. Join us. Get in the chat. Get in the StreamYard in there with us. Give us your comments. Give us your thoughts. You can't just listen to us talk shit all day. We want to hear what you guys got to say as well. On Instagram, Four Corners Boxing. That's 4_corners_boxing on Instagram. And on Twitter, you got me Fight Night X. We got a Four Corners Boxing Twitter as well. Mainly running around on my Fight Night X a lot. I love Twitter. Twitter's crazy, man. Twitter's crazy. You get a lot of action up in there too. But it's been a pleasure here, hanging out with Johnny at the hangout spot. He knows boxing. You hear? Roger Mayweather would be proud to talk boxing with you because you know your shit. You feel me?
I feel that, brother. Listen, I was born into it, man. I think this is the best sport in the world. I can't get enough of it, man. And like I said, it was an absolute honor to have you on the show. Make sure you guys check out my boy X at Four Corners Boxing, the podcast. I checked it out yesterday. Great conversation, great dialogue, along with his co-parts there. And you're going to get the sense that you're listening and talking boxing right in your living room with your boys. And that's what I loved about it the most. So keep doing your thing, brother. And for all my viewers, if you're new to watching my videos, please subscribe. This is how we do it up here at the Hangout Spot. So make sure you're along for the ride. And as always, this is your boy Johnny, my boy Fight Night X, signing
You
out.
already know.
And we'll talk to you soon.